The Rebellious Medical Practice of the Reborn Mother of Heaven. Chapter 1 Medical Treatment of the Six Continents of Heaven and Clouds. When Li Yunxian opened his eyes, he only felt that the heavens and the earth were rotating, and the light and shadow were confused. His memories flooded back like a torrent. In his previous life, he single-handedly practiced medicine to save people, and almost saved the big guys of the six continents of Tianyun to the point of gratitude. Those who were pulled back by him from the brink of life and death were once the top beings in the rivers and lakes, cultivation, demonic path, and business world, but now they were dependent on him. That day, when he and the demon Venerable died together, he left countless big guys holding their heads and crying, "Woo-woo, if it weren't for you, I would have died long ago. Ancestor, the disciple has cultivated the great way, but he cannot redeem the promise of the year, and he will protect each other." And when he opened his eyes again, he was reborn, back to the time when he first awakened the system of the Holy Mother. Chapter 2 The Awakening of the Virgin System. Li Yungsuan was lying in the blue stone hut, and the system voice sounded, "Host, the Holy Mother system has been successfully activated. Your mission, saving people is the foundation, medical cultivation is the way, and those who overthrow the rivers and lakes, cultivation and demonic order can be included in the scope of treatment. The system comes with guidelines and has unique functions such as favor rewards and cultivation bonuses." Li Yungsuan smiled in his heart, "God gives me a chance to start over, then save all the six continents of Tianyun." The first rescue target was a young master who was being hunted by demons, and Li Yungsuan rescued the other party from a dying state with only one medicine box. The young master hugged him and burst into tears. "Thank you. Thank you, Li Xian." At this moment, he felt the power of the system merging with his own bloodline. Wherever his hand touched, the wound healed on its own, and the mystery between life and death seemed to be whispering to him. Chapter 3 The Demon Venerable appears for the first time. However, behind the calm of the rivers and lakes, there is an undercurrent. Demon Venerable Burning Yelin, who has traveled across six continents throughout his life, is ruthless and indifferent, and he and Li Yungsuan have been injured in the battle of life and death. This time he was reborn, but Li Yunxian took the lead in mastering the power of the system, and quietly accumulated trump cards when treating the bigwigs from all sides of the rivers and lakes. He met the subordinates of Burning Nightlin in the Yunzhou Mountains, and with only one bottle of medicine and two medical techniques, he healed the enemy general's serious injuries, which made him feel awe. Li Yunxian whispered to himself, "Demon Venerable, in this life, I not only want to save people, but also make you understand that life and death are no longer controlled by you." Chapter 4 Bizarre Adventures. During a medical tour, Li Yunxian entered the abandoned valley and encountered a group of strange creatures, spirit beasts that were as large as horses but transparent, with wings that refracted light like crystals. The spirit beast pushed a crystal ball in front of him, and the system prompted, "This is a forbidden medicinal material in the six continents of Tianyun, which can improve the level of the Holy Mother system, please use it with caution." Li Yungsuan picked up the crystal ball, and the heavens and the earth trembled in an instant, and the light and shadow in the valley were intertwined, as if time had been turned back, and like heaven and earth intertwined into huge runes. He reached out and touched the crystal ball, and countless images of life and death in the world appeared in his mind, a terminally ill old man, a dying child, a dying gangster, and the demon lord Burning Nightlin who had died with him. The system sounded coldly, "Host, if you choose to use the crystal ball, you will gain unprecedented healing power, but it may also expose your existence in advance." The corners of Li Yungsuan's mouth raised slightly, "Since I am reborn, I am not afraid of being discovered." Chapter 5 Treat the Six Continents Boss. In the following year, he traveled all over the six continents and miraculously saved countless bigwigs. The former leader of the Jianghu alliance was terminally ill and was reborn in the hands of Li Yungsuan. The head of the cultivation sect was sealed by the poisonous fog and was also rescued. The business tycoon was plotted against and almost went bankrupt, and Li Yunxian reversed the situation with the power of medical treatment. Every time he saves someone, the system will prompt favorability +1 or merit +1, and Li Yungsuan's cultivation will gradually increase. Once, he rescued a strong-hearted female cultivator, Liu Qingshuang. Qingshuang was originally a follower of the demon lord Burning Nightlin, but gradually changed in the hands of Li Yungsuan, changing from hostility to trust, and eventually became an important assistant for him to save the power of the demonic path. Chapter 6 The Ultimate Showdown with the Demon Lord. Li Yungsuan knew that the fateful battle with Burning Yelin in his previous life was inevitable. With a whole year of medical cultivation skills and system blessings, he finally confronted the demon Venerable head-on in the middle of the six continents of Tianyun. The two men were like thunder and fire, their swords flashing and the world seemed to split apart. Li Yungsuan forced the demon lord into a desperate situation, but he didn't strike a fatal blow. Instead, he used his healing skills to severely injure the demon lord but save his life. "I can't let you die again, Fen Yelin." The demon Venerable's face was pale, and surprise and respect flashed in his eyes. "You. It's still you. Saved me." At the beginning of the second life of rebirth, he once again controlled life and death with the power of medicine and the Holy Mother, but he saved all the big guys, leaving behind a crying but grateful river. Chapter 7 The Mutation of the Six Continents of Heavenly Clouds. After Li Yongxuan rescued the demon Venerable Burning Night Unicorn, Tianyun's 6 continents seemed to have undergone unprecedented changes. The sky became distorted, and the night sky shimmered with colorful lights and shadows, like the Milky Way shattering. The system warning sounded, "Host, the vitality of the 6 continents of Tianyun is unbalanced, which may affect all cultivators and demonic forces in the mainland." Li Yongxuan's heart was shocked, knowing that this was a new test. He took Liu Qingshuang and several bigwigs who had been treated to embark on a journey to harmonize the energy of heaven and earth. On the way, they encounter a group of shadow walkers, creatures that seem to exist in the shadows of people's hearts and can materialize the fears in people's hearts. A Jianghu alliance leader who had been saved by Li Yunxian couldn't help but tremble and said, "Ancestor, these shadow walkers. If we are devoured, I am afraid we will not even be able to keep our souls." Li Yongxuan looked calm, stretched out his hand and slapped it into the air, and a burst of white light burst out from his palm, turning the shadow walker into a wisp of blue smoke. The system prompts, the host's healing power is increased, and the induction is greatly enhanced. Chapter 8 Light and Shadow Illusion. Stepping into the forbidden land of the 6 continents of Tianyun Phantom Forest, Li Yunxian and his friends were trapped in a strange illusion. In the illusion, everyone is trapped in the intertwined time and space of their past and future. Liu Qingshuang thought of the sin of betraying her master in front of her eyes, and couldn't help but burst into tears. Li Yongxuan saw his past life and death battlefields, as well as countless people he treated but had long forgotten. The system sounded low, "Host, the illusion tests the mind, only with pure good thoughts can it break through." Li Yunxian closed his eyes, turning all the past regrets, sadness and despair into a light in his heart. He stretched out his hand and waved his hand, and the entire illusion collapsed, turning into countless points of light and flying into the sky. The big guys in the same group were stunned, and their respect for him doubled in their hearts. Chapter 9 The Demon Venerable's Knot. Outside the illusion, Burning Yelin suddenly confessed to Li Yongxuan the secret in his heart, "You saved me. I can't kill you in this life, but I can't forget hatred." Li Yunxian said calmly, "Hatred can exist, but if you want, I can help you untie the knot. The true meaning of practice is not in struggle, but in redemption." Fen Yelin was silent for a moment, then nodded. He followed Li Yunxian on the road of medical treatment to save people, and gradually let go of the ruthlessness of his identity as a demon in the process, becoming one of Li Yongxuan's most powerful assistants. Chapter 10 Rare Plants and the Secret Realm of Time and Space. Li Yunxian heard that there is a time and space secret realm in the northern border of the 6 continents of Tianyun, which contains rare herbs that can greatly improve the ability of medical cultivation in the Holy Mother system. He went deep into the secret realm alone and encountered the time spirit whale shaped like a translucent giant beast, which could travel against the current in time. The spirit whale opened its mouth and spat out a golden medicine field, and every strange grass in the medicine field shone like stars. Li Yunxian felt an unprecedented force pouring into his body, and the system prompted, "The host has reached the ultimate state of medical cultivation and can control the rhythm of life and death at the same time." At this moment, a group of dark forces infiltrated the secret realm in an attempt to snatch the strange grass. Li Yongxuan's face was cold, and with just a wave of his hand, his palm turned into countless golden light threads, shocking the enemy back. He said lightly, "The life and death of the 6 continents of heaven and clouds are not allowed for you to manipulate at will." Chapter 11 The Gathering of the Gangsters. Li Yongxuan returned to Central Continent with rare herbs and was invited to participate in the 6 continents boss gathering. At the gathering, the dignitaries of all parties, the heads of the cultivation sect, and the leaders of the rivers and lakes thanked Li Yongxuan for saving his life in the past, but they also hid temptations and scheming. At this moment, a certain boss secretly used a forbidden spell to attack the meeting place, intending to control Li Yongxuan's healing power. Li Yongxuan's face was cold, and with a stretch of his hands, the entire lobby turned into a river of light, and the forbidden spell was shaken back, seriously injuring the caster but not killing him. The big guys were all amazed and whispered, "In this life, Li Yongxuan is no longer an ordinary person, and he has truly mastered the way of life and death." Chapter 12 The Final Battle and the Mystery of Rebirth. Finally, Li Yunxian faced his old enemy in his previous life, the real enemy of the demon Venerable Burning Night Lin, the Dark Demon Emperor. The two sides launched a life and death battle in the center of the 6 continents of Tianyun, with thunder, flames, and blood and light intertwined, and the heavens and earth trembled. Li Yunxian used the Holy Mother system and the power of medical cultivation to not only protect countless gangsters, but also forced the Dark Demon Emperor into a dead end. In the end, he sealed the other party, but in the process injured his own primeval essence and fell to the ground. The system's voice was low, "Host, the cause of rebirth has been completed, your task has been completed, and the path of medical cultivation has reached its peak." Li Yongxuan opened his eyes and found that he had returned to the moment of his original rebirth, but this time, he already had the power to control life and death and heal to the extreme, and he would not be afraid of any challenges in the future. Chapter 13 A Lifelong Mission. Li Yunxian used the power of medical cultivation to treat all the big bosses of the 6 continents of Tianyun, and the forces of the rivers and lakes, cultivation and demonic paths gradually restored order. He stood side by side with Liu Qingshuang, Burning Yellen became a loyal ally, and the 6 continents of Tianyun ushered in unprecedented prosperity. People in the rivers and lakes said, Li Yunxian is not only the pinnacle of medical practice, but also the light of the 6 continents. And he smiled faintly, looked at the rising sun and clouds, and whispered, saving people is my life's mission after all. Chapter 14 The Wonderful Spiritual Grass in the Depths of the Illusion. Li Yongxuan's exploration of the Northern Realm is not over, he follows Burning Nightlin into the depths of a fantasy called Netherworld Valley. This place is full of strange light and shadow, and the stone walls are covered with strange grass that can make sounds, and whenever the wind blows, it whispers the names and thoughts of the visitors. Li Yongxuan touched one of them, and the blue light in his palm flashed, as if the rhythm of life and death in the entire world was perceived by him. He was surprised to find that these spiritual herbs could not only heal physical trauma, but also repair spiritual trauma. Burning Yellen looked at him and smiled, Ancestor, can these grasses heal people's hearts? Li Yongxuan nodded, not only can it heal the mind, but it can also enhance cultivation, especially for those who have fallen into darkness. Just as they were about to collect it, a group of spirit shadow beasts quietly approached. These creatures are like translucent human forms, feeding on fear and sorrow. Li Yongxuan smiled slightly, the light in his palm flew out, and the spirit shadow beast was entangled in the light filament, instantly turning into smoke. Fen Yellen was stunned, you. How can you materialize fear and then bite back? Li Yongxuan said indifferently, the way of medical cultivation is not only to save people, but also to save people's hearts. Chapter 15 The Temptation of the Leader of the Rivers and Lakes. Li Yongxuan returned to Central Continent with the strange grass, and the major forces in the rivers and lakes heard the news and sent representatives to test it. A leader of the rivers and lakes named Mo Qinglan claimed that he had been ill for many years and hoped that Li Yunxian would treat him. Li Yongxuan looked at the ambition hidden in Mo Qinglan's eyes, and still stretched out his hand to perform medical treatment, greatly reducing the pain of the other party. Mo Qinglan said in astonishment, Ancestor. Not only did he save me, but he also saw through my heart. Li Yongxuan smiled, a true medical practitioner does not care about good or evil, but only seeks to relieve suffering. He is no longer just a medical master, but more like an existence that can control life and death and gain insight into people's hearts. Chapter 16 The Afterimage of the Dark Demon Emperor. Just as Tianyun's 6 continents were gradually restoring order, Li Yunxian felt a familiar cold aura. It was the remnant soul of the Dark Demon Emperor that had not completely dissipated. He teamed up with Burning Nightlin to track down the remnants to a time-twisted wasteland. In the wasteland, the battlefield of life and death in the past reappeared, and countless souls lingered. Li Yunxian stretched out his hand, and a golden river of light rushed out from his palm, introducing the ghost of the wasteland into the river of light, turning into the flow of vitality from the 6 continents of heavenly clouds. Burning Yellen was shocked in his heart, Ancestor. Can you guide the soul of the deceased to rest? Li Yongxuan said calmly, the way of medical cultivation is also the way of life and death. It can save both life and death. Chapter 17 The Ultimate Assembly, The Light of the 6 Continents. Li Yongxuan was invited to participate in the Ultimate Conference of the 6 Continents, where major forces from the rivers and lakes, cultivation and magic path gathered. At the conference, the leaders and leaders of all parties told the story of their treatment by Li Yongxuan, and countless tears and gratitude were intertwined into a touching scene. Just as everyone was immersed in admiration, a black shadow cracked in the sky in the distance, and the Dark Demon Emperor's last will turned into a huge shadow and descended. Li Yongxuan's eyes were firm, holding the power of the strange grass and the Holy Mother system in his hand, and with a wave of his hands, the light between heaven and earth seemed to turn into countless thin lines, entangled the black shadow. Burning Yellen and the other bigwigs shouted in unison, Ancestor, we must defend the 6 continents. Li Yunxian took a deep breath and performed the ultimate secret of ultimate medical cultivation in the rhythm of life and death, light and shadow heavenly dance, completely sealing the Dark Demon Emperor. The black shadow dissipated, and the 6 continents returned to light. underscore 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 un. Chapter 18 The Peace of the Six Continents and Lee Youngsuan's Choice. After the war, Lee Youngsuan distributed strange grasses to major forces to treat patients and practitioners. He did not accept any glory or power, but secluded himself in Tianyun Mountain and continued his medical practice. Burning Nightlin and Liu Qingshuang accompanied him, and although the gangster was grateful, he respected his choice. There is no war in the 6 continents of Tianyun, the people live in peace, and cultivators, people from the rivers and lakes, and demons all share peace. Lee Youngsuan gazed at the rising sun and the sea of clouds and whispered, the path of saving lives never ends. Underscore 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 un. Postscript. Li Yunxian's life is a fusion of medicine and compassion. After his rebirth, he not only saved countless lives, but also changed the pattern of rivers and lakes, cultivation and magic. Although the bosses of the 6 continents had their own scheming, they learned to understand and be grateful because of Lee Youngsuan. Although the demon venerable Burning Nightlin was once ruthless, he eventually transformed into a guardian through the way of healing. With the power of rebirth, Li Yunxian completed the redemption between life and death, and the legend of medical treatment and redemption will forever be engraved in the history of the 6 continents of Tianyun. The 6 continents of Tianyun, the legend of Li Yunxian, will never die.